We are now about to find out what Ken, Julie, and Melanie know about modern-day suffixes. In a moment, they'll get the clue and then 30 seconds to write down their question form responses. Players, here is your final Jeopardy answer. Dating from 1973, this four-letter suffix indicates a person or thing that has become associated with public scandal. Good luck. Let's start with Melanie. With 400, your response was nothing, and what did you lose?
All of it. Nope, half of it. Sorry.
And you're down to 200. Julie, your response was incorrect. And you lose 2,300, down to 300. Ken, over to you. With 5,400, you did not come up with it either. What is gate? Starting with Watergate, and since then we've had Tattoo Gate at Ohio State, Clock Gate is part of the Michigan State Series, and Spygate with the New England Patriots. And it cost you, Ken, 400. Ken, you are a finalist! Derek and Brett, final awaits you, and famous objects is your category. You'll have 30 seconds to write down your question form response to this clue. Shah Jahan, Ranjit Singh, and Queen Victoria all possess a famous one whose name means Mountain of Light. Good luck. Your response? Well, I can't make it out.
What is a revelation?
No. It's no good, and it cost you everything. Down to 0. Derek, we come to you. You said, who cares? I'm going to the Champions. You can sound serious, but it's no good. What is a diamond? But it didn't cost you anything, Derek. You're going to the final. It all comes down to this. Final Jeopardy for all the marbles. The Final Jeopardy category that will decide our full 2014 champ is authors. Gentlemen, the clue in a moment and then 30 seconds for you to write down your question form responses. Here is the Final Jeopardy answer that will crown one of you the champ. He quit pursuing a PhD in 1926 to pursue drawing, but you might say he gave himself the degree anyway. For all the marbles, good luck. I love your response, but it's no good. Oh. And you lose everything. So, Ken, over to you with 5,200.
No clue.
No clue. And you lose everything. So, you'll finish in, it looks like, Ken, you finish in second place. There's 10,100. Who is, good one, but it's no good. Dr. Seuss. Your wager doesn't matter. The judge, you are the full Ryan is word origins. In a moment, the clue, and then 30 seconds for them to write down their question form responses. Here is the Final Jeopardy answer. This word for a friend comes from the Latin for with whom you would eat bread. Good luck. Up. Richard Work, we'll start with you with 500. Your response is, what is a pal that is no good and what does it cost you? Everything. You lose it all. Ryan, good news for you. You wrote down no. Correct response, what is a companion? And what does it cost you, Ryan? Nothing.
Wow.
Ryan, goodbye, you are a finalist. 2004. That was the year Ken Jennings began went on his historic winning streak on Jeopardy. And it's also the category Cody faces in Final. Cody, he will have 30 seconds to write down your question form response to this clue. Watching the Super Bowl halftime show, the head of this government agency kept saying, "My day is going to be lousy tomorrow." Good luck, Cody. Start with Cody Work. You have 4,700 going in. Let me see your response. What is the Federal Communications Commission? That was in response to the infamous Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction. You are correct. So it doesn't matter what you wagered, 4,600, but you finished with 9,300 and you are a final. It's down to James and Patty and the final category of sports. In a moment, the clue, and then 30 seconds to write down your question form responses. Here is your Final Jeopardy answer. The 1812 Shootout is an annual high school tournament in this sport held on the battlefield in Sackett's Harbor, New York. Good luck. Start with James Brennis. Your response?
What is bet?
No. And it costs you 1,400. You're left with 100. Patty, we come to you next. What is skeet shooting? No. Correct response? What is lacrosse?
Oh. Wow.
And Patty, it doesn't cost you anything. You're going to the final. It all comes down to this. Final Jeopardy for all the marbles. The Final Jeopardy category that will decide the winner of Tournament of Losers 1 is Daytime Emmy winners. Cody and Ryan, in a moment the clue, and then 30 seconds to write down your question form response. Here is the Final Jeopardy answer that will crown one of you the champ. In 2015, a street in Cleveland, Ohio was renamed in honor of this 2014 Emmy-winning host of Family Feud. For all the marbles, Cody and Ryan, good luck. 600 going in. Your response, who is Drew Carey? No. And it cost you everything. You lose it all.
Oh, no.
Cody, your response, who is John O'Hurley? No. Who is Steve Harvey?
Oh,
So Cody is wagered comes in fourth. Cody on a two! Nick and Michael have placed their final wagers, and they now face computer history for final. In a moment, Michael and Nick the clue, and then 30 seconds to write down your question form responses. Make sure they are phrased in the form of a question. Here is your Final Jeopardy answer. IBM engineer Dave Bradley is called the father of this multi-key combination. Good luck. With 11,400, you said with no tango, no idea.
Actually, that's idiot. I have no idea.
Well, it's going to cost you something, but it doesn't. So you remain 11-4. Michael, we come to you. What is Control-Alt-Delete? You are correct. It doesn't matter what you wagered. Michael T. Muha, you are a finalist. We're traveling to Canada for this Final Jeopardy. And in a moment, players, the clue, and then 30 seconds for all three of you to write down your question form responses and make sure they are phrased in the form of a question. Let's take a look at your Final Jeopardy answer. It's the only Canadian province that is separated from the North American mainland. Good luck. In last place with 600, your response was, what is Newfoundland? No. And it will cost you 200, you're down to 400. Deborah, over to you with 6,500, your response, what is Prince Edward Island? You are right. And you raised it. You remain at 6,500. Scott, it's up to you with 7,000. What is the Yukon? No. And it didn't cost you anything. You're a finalist. It's all about Jack and Final in the category fictional characters. Jack, you'll have 30 seconds to come up with your question form response to this clue. He retired after the only woman he loved, opera singer Irene Adler, passed away.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good luck, Jack. Jack Lang.
Can we start with me?
Response, please. Who is no?
Who is Sherlock Holmes?
And it cost you
Sherlock Holmes, which I said before I even saw the
You're in the
clue.
finals, Jack. It all comes down to this. Final Jeopardy for all the marbles. The Final Jeopardy category that will decide our Penn State Shenandoah's Jeopardy tournament champion is the 1960s. Michael and Jack, you will have 30 seconds to write down your question form responses and make sure they're in question form. Here is the final Jeopardy answer that will crown one of you the champ. On September 26, 1960, these two men squared off in the studios of WBBM in Chicago. For all the marbles, good luck. Jack with 4,000, you said, who were Nixon and Kennedy. Richard Nixon and John F. Kennedy in the first televised debate. You are correct. 3,900, you move up to 7,900. It's up to you, Mike Muha. You are correct also, so it doesn't matter what you wagered. Wagered 4,400. Michael, you are the champ! Congratulations! Come on over here and I will present you with all your first place prizes. In Game 1 of Tournament of Champions 2, we head back to school, and the category is science. In a moment, the clue, and then you'll all have 30 seconds to write down your question form responses. Make sure they're in form of a question. Let's take a look at our final Jeopardy answer. The symbol of this element, first isolated in 1783, comes from its German name. Good luck. German name of the element, Wolfram. Let's hope all three of you picked up on it. Mike Rudolph, we start with you.
No, can I go back? Yeah, no.
What is lead? No, that is no good. And it costs you everything, so you'll finish Game 1 in third. There was 0. Derek?
I'm blank.
Completely blank.
What is tungsten?
And you lost
What is tungsten?
700. You fall to 1,100. Cody, you came up with nothing.
Tungsten.
What is tungsten?
Tungsten,
So
yeah.
too late. And so you lose 2,700, but you'll finish with 4,600, and Cody, you have won the first game. Standing lead, Derek still has some slim hope, but it's not, because it's not over yet. Because if Mike goes for it all and risks everything and doesn't get it right, then Derek will be right there waiting. Children's authors is the final category. In a moment, Derek and Mike, you'll have 30 seconds to write down your question form responses. Here is the final Jeopardy answer. After World War I, he wrote, to develop a horse surgery would necessitate a knowledge of horse language. Good luck. With 2,000 your response, nothing.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. I have no idea.
They said you will finish up.
No idea.
Mike, you said John Upton. No. Hugh Lofting. So
Did he write all things great and small?
you lose 10,000, but it really doesn't matter because Mike Buha, you are the new champ of.